So I'm trapped in my car and it's raining. See the is on there. There you go. I've driven quite a ways from the station to get here, like I came here at 1:30, and I met with the proprietor, the owner of this hotel I'm staying at right here, and we went mushroom hunting, I guess, because you don't know if you're going to find it. It's not like it's a field or anything. We went into the woods. I can't tell you where exactly because I told them it was a top secret place because there's a lot of mushrooms in that area, I got to tell you. And we picked a lot of mushrooms. And, you know, I fell down a few times. It was kind of muddy here. And we got back at around, I met him at 1. We got back at 1:30. And so I'm supposed to wait here for 1.5 hours before the check-in. So I'm just watching NFL like playbacks on YouTube, and I said, well, I'm going to go live and take you. I can't really go outside. It's raining. But check this out, okay? That's quite a view. That's very much different than Tokyo just a couple of days ago when I was live here. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So I want to talk about this area, show you a little bit about it. Nagano is a wonderful place. I don't know if a lot of you have been here, but if you do come to Japan, many foreign tourists come to Nagano or Niigata. That's one of the closest, Gunma as well. One of the closest places to go into the mountains and have that onsen hot spring experience, for example. But I've come out here to hike. The weather is cooler. The food is delicious. This is the best time for Japanese cuisine, to go to a Japanese hot spring or a ryokan, a traditional Japanese inn, and get the food. I'm going to have dinner tonight here, and I'm going to have breakfast tomorrow morning, and then I'm going with a local, and I'm going to be filming it for a main channel episode. I'm going to be hiking the Shin-Etsu Trail, which follows the border of Niigata and Nagano around. We're going to do one section of it. I think there's like 13 or 14 sections, I believe. But this is going to be one of the more scenic ones tomorrow. So I'm pretty here. I was waiting for the gimbal to charge up, and we're going to see if we can find a vending machine or any kind of life in this village. This is where the village is. I want to play it for you here so you get an idea. I Google mapped this. I did get the drone before the rain came down. From Tokyo, I'm situated here, which is like not much here. It's a little teeny village on the Nakatsu River there. That you see that below. The Google Earth video has some beautiful autumn colors there, but it's that big structure, which is actually the school. But because the population of the school, I believe the school closed down in 1999 or 1983. I remember I came here about a month ago. I think it was 1999. The school's last students came here, and they closed it down, and then maybe they renovated it in 1999 here. And you can see I'm panning across to show you the proximity. That Yoshinetsu Koen is where the snow monkeys are. And that was Nagano City. There's Sakai, the great sake there. Tokamachi and Joetsu. And I'm here, trapped in my car, waiting for the hotel to open up so I can film the onsen and the room and everything else, the check-in for that experience for a main channel episode. It's pretty beautiful here. The leaves haven't changed yet. Look at the snow up on the top of the mountains. That's not live, but that's gives you an idea of what this is going to look like. This is probably taken about 3 weeks from now, actually. The temperatures get down to about 7 degrees Celsius, which is approximately, what the heck is that? Like 46 degrees. So it's cold, but not cool. It's cool, but not really cold. You really need to have some layers on at this time of year. Dressing for Tokyo and dressing for where I am, totally different. It would be a good idea for you to have a jacket. I'm not sleeping in a tent, so I'm going to be inside. I have a sweatshirt and I have a rain jacket, rain gear. I have some heat tech. So I come with layers, but when you're dressing for autumn in Japan, you can't say Japan because there's the mountains, completely different, and then you have Tokyo, completely different. So I think you guys are getting it here. It's a completely different. The country is so varied in its temperature. It's like going from Maine to Florida. It feels like, Maine being maybe Hokkaido and Florida being like Okinawa. So it's really hard to dress for when you say Japan. You gotta say, where are you going exactly? And just a note, the closest Uniqlo is like a 45-minute drive from here. because I checked, because I wanted to get some maybe some insulated pants or something, but I'm good. I do have here, just in case, and we're gonna go outside of the car in a second, I do have a can of bear spray. If a bear does attack me, I'm prepared. This is, you're not allowed to carry firearms in Japan without a permit, and they started to recently, hunting is allowed. They started to, what is the word? Like, prune down the bear population, because they're starting to go into the populated areas and attack humans. We see a lot of that, on the news recently of a Spanish tourist was attacked in Shirakawa-go. That's where it is, right? In Gifu. So I don't want to get attacked by, if I get attacked by a bear, this is safe for the bear and it's safe for me, because I put it, if it attacks, I put it low to the ground, and that's where the nose is going to be, and then they get in their nose, it hurts, and they get out of my way, and that's the safest way to do it. But I don't think a bear is going to be coming. I don't think I need to take the. I think the gimbal's all charged up. Shall we go see if we can find a vending machine real quickly? I got stuff charging here, so let's go do that. Maybe I better bring a jacket with me. Yeah. The rain's coming down pretty good. Ugh. Oh my goodness. They're cleaning the rooms right now. So they are preparing. I'm gonna put you right here. Just stay there for a second. I'm gonna get my jacket on. Oh my goodness. You there? I don't know how long I could stay out here. And this isn't just rain. This is heavy. This rain's getting heavier. Is that WRX Turbo? WRX Turbo is in the house. Nice to see you here, brother. And Michael Sassano, my other brother from another mother. You did make the live stream. So this is a renovated school turned hotel now. And that's where I'm going to be staying tonight. And perhaps tonight I can do another live stream, or tomorrow morning before I leave here, because I think that'd be pretty nice to see a little bit of the inside of it. But I am pretty deep in the countryside here. Chris, I can go in the building, but the check-in's at 3, so I think it'd be kind of rude for me to go in there. I went with the owner, and we went some mushroom picking. It's called Katakuri no Yaro. It's on the Shin-Etsu Trail. Driving here is on a 1-lane road, kind of nerve-wracking. Here's the sign. You can hardly see it. It's like burned in there. But Katakuri no Yaro is very nice. I've already been in there. I scouted this out a few weeks ago. They have an onsen in there. Oh, there's a post office. That's about it. Oh no! I don't think they're still here. Oh, they might still be here. All right, so in the countryside, in places like this, something very interesting does happen. They have over there a truck. The truck is basically a supermarket truck. There's no convenience store or supermarket up here. So they come by a truck, and you can go in there and just, I don't know if they're gonna let me, I don't know if I'm gonna film it, but I just wanna show you, they were playing Sazai-san. Like blasting Sazai-san. Dun, 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 dun. You know the song? Kyoi tenki janai yo. It's not a nice day, it's raining. But that's the truck parked right there. It's a supermarket truck. And they bring these supermarket trucks at certain times where you can go inside and you can have a look around. I don't know if they're gonna let me do that. Hold on. It's a beautiful area, isn't it? Maybe I'll buy something. Support the local supermarket truck. I wonder what they have. Maybe they have like an ampon or something I can eat. right, let's just go in here. I don't have a permit to film or anything, but I'm a little bit worried. Let's just do it, okay? Let's just see. They have apples here. Okashi. Hi.
はい。
あ、濡れちゃった。すいません。
大丈夫です。大丈夫です。大丈夫です。548円になります。
あ、はい。
このままでいいですかね。
あ、そのまま大丈夫ですよ。
はい
おお、ありがとうございます。大変だね今日ありがとうございます。That was nice. That's kind of cool, right? So this is not my first time. I've lived out in the countryside, not this deep, but I've been traveling and doing a lot of episodes. But that's really there he is right there. Supermarket truck. Did you see that? They had eggs in there. They had like a tsuyu, all the stuff that you would need for cooking. And he's there. I think he's packing up. What he'll do is he'll go. Yeah, he's gonna be leaving. Maybe he'll play the music. So what they do is they go around from little village to little village for maybe an hour, and the people know what time he's coming, and then they'll come and do their shopping. I got a couple of Nagano apples because it's apple season, and I can have these with my yogurt, which is great. And I don't know if he's going to play the music, but he's probably going to go to the next village. But they have a landslide that happened here a couple of weeks ago, so he can't go very far. There's some villages that might be cut off right now, which is one of the reasons that the countryside is really hard. Because if a landslide hits, then you're kind of cut off from civilization. Look at that. Do you see this? This is to measure the snowfall. So they get a ton of snow here. There he goes. Yeah, this measures the snowfall up to 9 meters, I think it is. That's crazy. They get that much snow. It's a pretty cool experience to be out here. Oh my God, I just walked through a big puddle. Gore-Tex, it's okay. That's all I got for you. Do you have any questions? I wasn't talking, the chef just went in there. I knew everybody there. I knew everybody inside there. I'm pretty polite. I'm not gonna force my way. I know that the check-in's at 3, so I'm not gonna force my way in and say, please let me in. So if they know I'm out here, and if they're okay with me checking in early, then I'm okay. But I got 20 minutes to wait. That's totally fine. But that was pretty cool. So we have supermarket trucks that will come out to the villages in the middle of nowhere, and they'll find a market. And he had it pretty well stocked. I saw eggs, I saw milk, I saw the Yamazaki pan, right? Little processed bakery there. I saw all the stuff that a lot of it you can't get in Hawaii, by the way, Michael. Don Quixote doesn't stock all that stuff I just saw in there, but a lot of it they probably do. That's kind of neat though. And then he was here. let me see what time it is. He was here for about 30 minutes. That's it. And the supermarket moves on. There's no convenience stores around here. There's no vending machine. So he kind of fills the needs. We got a little lucky. That was fun. I didn't think we'd get a chance. I didn't think we'd go in there. I should have asked if I can film, but I don't know. That's just the way it is. The bakery here, I stopped. I wish I took some videos. There's a supermarket chain in Nagano called Tsuruya. I think it's Tsuruya. Tsuruya. It's one of my favorite supermarket chains. They have a pretty interesting bakery. They had local grapes, and they made a pan out of it. They can make bread out of anything, like bakery stuff. So they made bakery stuff out of a grape gel. It was like so good. Then they had a pumpkin. Right now at 7-Eleven, they have a pumpkin pie choux cream, which is really good. It looks like sort of like a jack-o'-lantern or like a pumpkin. It's pretty weird, but it's good. It tastes like pumpkin pie, man. You got to get it if you're in Japan. And what else they got going on here? Tsuruya has these. Hold on a second. These make some of the best gifts here. These are hitokuchi ringo. Ringo is apple. So they're like dried apples from this region, and this region is really famous for the apples. Here, I can show you one. Only problem I don't like with this is that they put sugar in it. Why do you need to put sugar in dried fruit? I'd rather it not be sweetened, but it is what it is. Here's a piece of apple, dried. Maybe I'll send this to the daimyo on our Patreon supporters. It's so good. It's a little bit too sweet. That's really good. It tastes like candy if it's sweetened. I think it'd be better without the sugar, in my opinion. But I'm not the one making it. Any last questions? They did. I was looking for the non-sugar ones. I actually have other stuff here. I have a 7-Eleven cookie. I kind of keep one in the car just in case I really did get stuck in the mountains. What are you going to eat? I bought a couple other ones. This one's for Leo. And this one is also for Leo. I guess. Hold on. This has sugar in it. Like, actually, this comes from Michael Sassano's Super Chats. Michael always gives Super Chats to take something home for the family. So I did. And Ramsey's silent. He goes, I was never here. So, yeah, I kind of stock that stuff up. And when I go on trips, I always come back with a full of local goodies. So that's kind of cool, too. Apples that were just picked from, one is a Fuji apple, the other one is a Tsukaru apple. Yeah, from the local area here. The apples in Japan are so good. I think that they come. It's not gummy. It's actual dried apples. So it's actual organic apples. So. Let's see here. Any questions? Which one is for the bear? Jonathan, I'm not giving anything to the bear. Don't feed the bears. All right, so the last thing I can talk about here, I want to keep this relatively short. And thanks for hanging out with me. There's not a lot I could do except watch NFL and stuff. But the bears attacks have been increasing, monkey attacks. I think it's because a lot of people are saying because the summers are quite hot. The bears have been coming out of the woods and into the villages. And also there's less food because the summers are so hot. The food on the trees spoil too quickly. And the big bears, they eat very well. And the little bears, they end up being the ones that are the hungriest. So they are more adventurous and will end up attacking humans to try to get the food. So we don't really know, but there's been a lot more bear encounters, I think, and it probably has to do more with food. Or if you're a conspiracy theorist, the bears are taking over, man. I think did you see that one with the Julia Roberts at the End of the World one on the Netflix thing? I canceled my Netflix, by the way. I guess it doesn't make a lot of sense. The content doesn't seem to change. I'll go back to it in maybe 6 months, maybe. But there was this one called like End of the World or something. And there's a scene in there where like the deer start to take over and attack. It's like, what the heck? It's the weirdest thing. Maybe the bears are in Japan. Every day there's a bear attack in Japan against a human. Most of it's up in Hokkaido. A lot of it is in Tohoku and in this area. And I talk with I know Carrie, right? That was not only a good movie, but that was a creepy as heck movie. I gotta tell you. There's some creepy movies out there, but that one was really creepy because it was so original in a way, like end of the world type of thing, but we don't know what's going on, how humanity breaks down. That's what Walking Dead is all about. You see how humanity breaks down and how it's survival, man. Where humans are actually the most dangerous creatures on Earth. Do you carry bear spray when you're hiking, John? I do. This goes in the front on my bag here. And tomorrow we'll be going in a place that's probably going to have more than one hiker. All right, it's a relatively well-established route, so I'll be going. But I'll have the bear spray. But I'm also going to be going to more remote sections of it to film for only in Japan. So I'm going to have the bear spray attached to me at all times. Like, that's what it's for. All you got to do is you have to click the safety off. I practiced it a little bit. So you just kind of like, pew, boom. Like I can do it in less than a second. So, and then you spray down low and kind of raise it up because the bear puts his nose down when he attacks you. All right. So if you just spray up, it's not going to make much of an impact. You got to start low where his nose is going to be and then spray up because they come low at you like this and then you come right up like this with their fangs like that and sink it right in your teeth. The dudes at the TV interview, they got some really nasty scars. Like, that's a good story. I don't know. If a bear bit my arm but I was able to fend him off and I got a pretty nasty scar, but it wasn't nasty and it healed up pretty good, but it was a pretty cool, like a bite mark scar. It's pretty freaking badass. Right? That's better than a tattoo. So, I'm just saying. But it has to be a real one. You can't fake it, okay? There's probably a couple people that are thinking about this now. All the bear attacks are in or around cities. People are the problem. You're absolutely right. There's a lot of people that say that the bear population has also gotten a little bit out of hand. I don't know about that. I just know that like they did an attack before, and now they're coming in. One news report said, without proof, that tourists are leaving a lot more trash out, and bears are starting to come and find that in populated areas, especially Shirakawa-go, which is Shirakawa-go. Is that the place in Gifu? Right. That's one of the most popular tourist attractions for foreigners out in the countryside. It's like a UNESCO World Heritage place. Spanish tourist was attacked there, right, by a bear. It's like, what? That doesn't happen a lot. So the result is that the local authorities get together and they do these sessions where they go out and they try to call the population a bit. And yeah, Shirakawa-go is in Gifu. That's right. Thank you, Saya. They call the population a bit. And when they do that, because it's not the authorities, the citizens are asking for that. But then other citizens of Japan, they will call those local authorities and insult them and call them bear killer and stuff. And half of me is totally like, they shouldn't be calling the bear population. We have to live in harmony with nature. And then another half of me is, I don't live there. I don't have the fear of the bears coming and attacking me. I don't know what they're thinking. I have to put myself in their shoes and approach it. It is not an easy topic. This is exactly the same thing I said with Oriental Pearl versus Abroad in Japan. It's like, I don't know whose side to take. But after a couple of days of reflection and talking both to Chris indirectly by mail and talking to Alyssa indirectly by Instagram chat, we both, and Alyssa apologized to me, by the way. Like, why am I even talking about this? Alyssa apologized to me, by the way, for bringing it up, and I'm cool with Chris. Chris understands. Even though I was brought up, was in the middle of things, I told Alyssa, That ain't cool. Give me a heads up. I'll give you the full story. Chris and I are good. You know, I ended this like in 36. I ended this in like 12 hours. I said, you should end this in 12 hours, but who should do the apologizing? I don't know. Who's right? Who's wrong? I don't know. Chris has a pretty good point, but he shouldn't have attacked you personally. I think that this is a problem much bigger than Alyssa. I think it looked like a personal direct attack just on her, and that kind of makes it look not good. But Chris has a lot of good points. I think people are showing a side of Japan that that doesn't have full context, and I don't like it either. I'm on Chris's side, but I don't think Alyssa is really the problem. I think she might make shorts or reels about it, but I think she's doing it in a very good way. And that story on Nakameguro, I don't know if I told you guys this, but that's a legitimate news story. All right? That's a legitimate news story. The graffiti in Nakameguro has 100% increased over the last year. I saw that story before I even heard this back and forth between those two creators. But I have huge respect for both of them, and that's where I'm leaving it for right now, not the Melon Bear. Have you been to Kabukicho? I have. Actually, Kabukicho is a lot cleaner. Everyone's showing the trash. I think that there's a problem with tourists leaving trash. There is a problem with the Japanese news is covering this better than the YouTubers because they do some research. But Japanese news has been all over Kabukicho. There is an increase in trash in Shibuya and Kabukicho, but the area on the whole is a lot cleaner and safer. But the trash situation is something that is not restricted to foreign tourists. It's Japanese are doing it. There was I don't know if I have it anymore. There was, go on Reels and check this out. Maybe somebody can find it and send me the link. There was a YouTuber who found a tourist, a foreigner. They actually were living in a 500 yen locker. If you know what I'm talking about, a 500 yen locker is one of the big ones. They were inside that locker, and they were like Gary Coleman in that movie from the 1980s. Anyone see that one? There was actually a tourist in there, and it was open, and a leg was sticking out. So he went in there to film, and he found that someone was living in there, like a small girl. What going on? And the police eventually came. You can't do that. You can't go live in a locker. Japan put lockers out on the street for convenience, and now people calling that a capsule hotel. That's Kabukicho. They're probably drunk or out of their minds. All right? So it's just a little bit weird that happened. It's an actual reel. I don't know. I wish I had it. It was on my old phone. I just got a new one. But stuff like that is happening in Kabukicho. There's just a lot of tourists, and there's a lot of issues. Like there's no trash cans in Kabukicho. People are buying luggage, but because of the luggage rules and stuff, they abandon it in Shinjuku. So there's like abandoned luggage all over the place. At least that's what they make it seem like. But the reality is that Kabukicho is pretty darn clean. If you compare it to when I came here in 1998, and definitely in the 80s, it was dangerous. Lots of gangs, lots of, gangsters, lots of dirty businesses, and they probably still exist. But that area that is very touristy, I would not normally go there these days. So is Kabukicho dirty? Yeah, much more than where I am right now. But it's not any dirtier than I think than the 1980s. It's just a different kind of dirty. And that's why maybe I should make a video on this, because I've been here so long, I get it. But, I hope that Alyssa makes a video on this and expands, but doesn't attack anybody. I wish I wish she had talked to more locals and made it more of a local video. Another Japanese YouTuber talked about this, and I was like 100% agreement. I'm like shaking his head. I think Sora the Troll already made a video on this. Sora the Troll is very quick. I would like to see Sora the Troll maybe talk about this in a more balanced way, perhaps. And I think maybe Chris should make a video on this graffiti issue, but don't attack on this dirtiness in Japan issue, but don't attack anybody. I always think take the high road and not go the low road. That's the way I do things, but everybody else does it in their own way. Joseph Perry, thank you very much. Sora is an interesting character. Always has a unique point of view, a take. I don't watch it that often, actually. I was name dropped. What is that guy? Stranger in my room, loser in my, hiding in my room. He really didn't like me. But I didn't not like him. He was just a character. I think he was just kind of I think he had some issues. Daniel was his name. Like he name dropped me a couple of times, and I didn't mind that too much. There's a lot of people who troll me. I kind of just don't let the noise get to me. But I remember he name dropped Chris as well. Chris was on his greatest hits list. Chris, me, Charla, like a bunch of other YouTubers, Paolo. Paolo's so good. I don't even know why I'm on people's hit list. Paolo's such a good guy. I can't believe he'd be on anyone's hit list. Everybody's pretty nice to me. I don't know. Greg. But there are a couple of whack jobs out there that are out there, and Sora exposes them. Who the F is Sora? Sora Gray Sora the Troll. You don't know? Japanese YouTuber. I think it's... is it trolling? I don't know. I've only watched a few of the episodes, but I didn't mind it. Daniel hiding in his room. I hope he's doing okay. I was always kind of worried about him, but he was really odd. But he was... I couldn't tell if it was authentic, but he would give you all the details, like he would say the stuff that he shouldn't say, ever. So sometimes people can be jealous of other people's success. Michael, to be honest, I think I've never been jealous of anybody's success. Ever. Because it's out of my control, and I don't think I've ever been jealous because I don't care. There have been times where I had zero money. One year I made $6,000 total. I had to live off of savings when I was transitioning from one job to another. And my health insurance the next year was like was $15 a month. That was a bad year. And then the next year I was okay. I had jobs, but I was between them, and I didn't make a lot of money that year. But I didn't go for social insurance either, because I don't think I needed to do it. I lived off of savings until I could find another job. I was teaching at GABA. So Life Where I'm From, Greg is... by the way, Greg's video on Life Where I'm From dropped, I believe, on his new guest house. I love that guest house. And the rain's really coming down. Listen. All right, just listen to the rain without me saying anything. Oh, wait, the food truck. There he goes. Look at the big door. That door is how you get in. He's gone. Right, listen. Sound of countryside. Sound of countryside. Any questions? Last questions? This stream is supposed to be 15 minutes. Now it's going into a new territory. What I meant was that troll and you can be jealous of your success. Oh yeah. When I was going back and forth. So, yeah, I was going back and forth with Chris. That was such an amazing, I'm not friends with Chris Broad. I'm not friends. He's a different age than me. But I'm not friends with Chris. It's a weird thing. I'm 50, he's 20. I don't know. And between 2014 and 2018, we would go back and forth 100,000 subscribers, 200,000 subscribers, 400,000 subscribers, 800,000 subscribers, back and forth. And it was fun. It wasn't I was competing, but it was also I was, in a way, because I'm a little bit competitive, and I'm not in communication with him, but we're kind of trying to, we're pushing the limits a little bit more, because I think it made our content better. I don't know if it was an indirect competition in a way, but a good-natured one. I didn't have any jealousy, but here's the thing. I don't know how he felt, because I never really talked about it with him, but I'm old enough to feel if you want success, go out there and you work your ass a little bit harder. So I wasn't around on YouTube back then. Canada Jean versus Charla. I believe it was Kenajin versus Rachel in June. And she's not a bad person. I think just she got trolled so hard, guys. I don't think it was. I think she brought it on herself in a way, but I think nobody deserves that level of trolling. Okay, that was really rough. And I think Kevin and I maybe had talked about that back then and agreed like that was really rough. She brought that on herself. But I think Kevin was off of YouTube by then, 2011, wasn't it? Around then, Kevin left. Different era on YouTube. The rain's really coming down. So wait, you don't like Oriental Japan? What does that mean? I like everybody, except for one creator who I don't not like him, but I don't like him. He's annoying. And he would stream snipe without contacting me. Like, just contact me, dude. And then he contacted me, and I'm like, well, what the, like, let's collab. I said, I don't know you. Why? And my interactions with you were not good. Why would I collab? There's one creator, but he's quite successful now, and he's a very talented creator. But I just didn't, personality wise, no. Stay your distance. Everybody else I have zero issues with. Just that one creator. I had an affection for Tokyo Drew. Okay? I wish I'd gotten a chance to talk to him more, but he really looked up to me, and we wrote back and forth on Instagram. He passed away with cancer about 6 months ago, and that was really tough news for the community. He'd been in my streams a couple of times, stream sniping. I don't mind that much, but you know, like if you do it more than once, it's a little weird. Like where he's streaming and I'm streaming, and look, we're streaming at the same time. Ario was here for that. I did catch up with Rion. I was like, wait, and he's like, wait, that was totally TDS1PH. Why would you even think it was that person? Why would you ever think that? I don't name names, and yeah, I don't name names here. In my heart of hearts, I don't even know what that means. In my heart of hearts, I seriously want everybody who works really hard to be successful. Everyone has a different personality. He's one personality that I just don't go well with, but I get well with like 99.99% of the people, because you know, I evolve and adapt, you know. Bears. Oh yeah, I like Tabi eats Shinichi. And is it meaningless, Frank? I don't know. I heard that people say that. So. I guess let's end this up with bears, because I couldn't find a vending machine. And I got to go and check in now. It's 3. There have been a lot of bear attacks recently. Not in Tokyo. There are bear attacks out in Tokyo's countryside. Actually, we've had a few. The bears are also attacking farmers in the fields. They're attacking the food. They're eating the pumpkins, and some of them might even be attacking beehives and getting the honey. So I don't know. Carrie, can you ask a direct question? I'm lost. What are you doing? Melon Kuma is TJ. Actually, Melon Kuma and I are friends. Melon Kuma has been on this channel like 6 times, and has been in a main channel episode, I think more than once. Yeah, definitely more than once. And I'm friends with Melon Kuma, but I'm going to be completely honest with you. This is the most ferocious looking Yurukyara Japanese character in all of Japan. Except there's some that are really scary looking, though, for different reasons. Melon Kuma is my friend, but I've never seen who's inside of Melon Kuma, so I can neither confirm nor deny that Melon Kuma isn't actually a real bear. So I don't know. I'm assuming that Melon Kuma is a real bear. I've never seen if there's somebody inside, if it's human. It could be a bear for all I know. Peter and I went in there, and I didn't tell Peter, and the bear completely ripped his head off. It's on video on my main channel. So, how about Shohei? Shibuya, I want to tell you this story. Today, I left my razor. I got a shave, and I went in and got a razor at a store in Nagano called American Drugs. It's called literally American Drugs, or American Drug. It's a drugstore. Why the heck they call it American Drugs? What the heck? It's the weirdest chain. That's the name of it, American Drugs. And I went in there, and I entered, and I looked to my right, and I did it. I was like, oh, there's Shohei Ohtani right there. Shohei Ohtani in Japan is in every single store, whether it's tea or medical supplies or, I don't know, hardware store, hammers. I think he's got a Japanese hammer sponsorship. Shohei Ohtani's everywhere. And I heard that the Dodgers made back the $700 million that they paid him for 10 years. They made that back in 1 year on sponsor deals. Shohei Ohtani should have waited for like $1 billion. But he doesn't need the money because he deferred it all, and he's getting paid with just endorsement deals. He's getting like $2 million a year, and he's getting paid with them more. He's so smart. Saya, yeah, they're both friends of mine. Greg Lamb is a really good friend. We've met. Our families have met. I know his wife. He knows my wife. Greg has met Leo through the years too. I've been to his house. I've been to his guest house now. Greg's an awesome guy. And Paolo, I haven't seen him since 2021. I haven't seen him in 4 years. What the heck, man? I gotta reach out to Paolo. He's probably really busy, but Paolo's a really good guy. I don't know if he's really changed. Success changes a lot of people, but I think he's sort of like me. I don't think he's really gonna change. He's just who he is, kind of, family friendly, even paced. He can't do live streams. He can't speak off the cuff, but he does a really good job with his videos, I have to be honest, and with the consistency and everything. I do different kind of stuff though. He's a great guy. I went to Greg's guest house before it opened. He invited us. I talked to my wife. We found a day. I rented a car. We drove up there on our day off, and I didn't film it for the channel because I put the camera away, which is hard to do, but it's a great place. It's going to be interesting to see what changes he makes from the feedback, but if you get a chance and you can stay there, I would stay there. It's going to be real popular though. Book now. It's going to be full. There's no doubt about it because the location is good. It's not just some place, the location's really good. All right, guys, I'm going to check in again. If you want, Carrie, you didn't give me a direct question on the Bears, but I'm glad that you got me off that subject. If people ask me questions, I sort of just kind of go in default and answer them. The weather in November is cooler. You need to have a jacket out in the countryside. If you're in Tokyo, it's warmer. I'll do an episode on it, okay? We'll do another how to dress for November episode. People seem to like it. So, John Lopez, nice to see you here again. I'm glad you can make it live. I'll have to catch up with Carrie again in person. I was glad I could see you at Tokyo Dome at least. That was nice. All right, everybody. I'll see you in another episode. Gonna try. Lloyd's here. Stay away from the bear. Lloyd, thank you. And get a nice snack and something to drink. Thanks for the hard work you do. Lloyd, I'll probably spend it and get some dessert inside here then. And so if I show you any kind of a dessert, it'll be thanks to, your jacket is wet. It is a little bit wet. It'll be thanks to you, Lloyd. So when this main channel episode breaks, Lloyd, you'll be a part of it. I appreciate that, buddy. You will know. It's your dessert there. Thanks, guys. See you in another live stream. I'll try to bring you tomorrow. I'm going to be hiking the trail, but if we could take a break, maybe I can talk with the guide, Suzuki-san, and we can talk a little bit about the Shin-Etsu Trail, which I think would be pretty cool. I'll show you the map and show you where we're going and where we are. I have no idea there's even a signal out there, right? But if there is, we'll go live and I'll show it to you. All right, I gotta go get back to work, start filming. But have a good one. Catherine writes in here, class act, John. Well, thank you. I'm old enough to rise above it. I just don't. I'm so classy. I won't even eat these. I'm gonna take these home. Let Kanai have them. Or I could just stop off the day I go back. That makes more sense. I saw a rest area. They called it Ringo. Ringo is Japanese and is apple for Japanese for apple. Ringo, like Ringo Starr. Ringo. They were roadside stand from the farmers selling wooden buckets of apples. Wouldn't it be cool to bring back a wooden bucket of apples and then make like apple crisp at home? I'm gonna probably try to do something like that. And then maybe we'll do a live stream where I show you the food stand, the fruit stand, and then I make the apple crisp at home. Maybe we'll do something like that. But I appreciate it, guys. Thanks. See you. Take care. Apple pie. Oh my gosh. Pumpkin pie. All right. Take care. I'll see you in another episode soon from the countryside. Stay dry, everybody. See you tomorrow. Or tomorrow morning, maybe. I'll show you the room. Mata ne.